Why the aliens won't talk to us and the elite need removing. This morning I had my usual cup of coffee first thing and my traditional bowl of porridge to kick the day off, and then did my usual thing of checking out Facebook and the news on my phone, and this is where it all went wrong. Immediately on FB I was presented with the most disgusting acts of cruelty towards animals. So I then decide to check out the news, of which I am then confronted with stories about a guy being nearly beaten to death with batons by the police in front of his child. Oh, and then I read another happy story about how those vile subhumans the Islamic State have been going around Syria and Iraq raping and murdering hundreds of women and children. Simply disgusting and evil. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the reason why the aliens do not want to speak to any of directly, until we actually one day gain a true sense of humanity and unite as one. So what could be the key factors for why the alien beings haven't talked to us yet directly? Well, please check out the below to give some clear-cut evidence as to why this. Mankind's cruelty. The human race, as mentioned above, are slowly but surely becoming a very cold-hearted species. You just got to look around to see that. With wars going on in many parts of the world and violent crime on the rise daily, is it really a surprise why the ET beings do not come down from the sky and say hi? No, it is not, as we now live in a world where violence is a way of control. The ET beings are not stupid and can see what we are like as a species and what the consequences could be for the human race if aliens did try reaching out to them. We have become warmongering creatures that use power to manipulate and control. We are restricted to different countries' boundaries around the world and have our 40 hours per week and pay your bills monthly lifestyle already mapped out to us all by those who govern us. Is it surprising so many do not have an interest in what life lies beyond planet Earth when they are so heavily burdened down with the mediocre chores penned out for them? And unless the human race as a whole start learning more about how to treat others in this world, then we will always be deemed by the ones who watch us from the skies to be too aggressive to approach. China is one of those countries, sadly one of many, that give planet Earth such a bad name, by the way it treats its fellow man and creatures that share the same vast country. Animals in China have no rights and are treated in the most barbaric of ways possible, usually before they are killed and then eaten. Just look up their disgusting dog-eating festival, which slaughters up to 10,000 dogs. P will not stereotype, but if the aliens are watching us, then they will be disgusted by countries such as China and the way they appear to promote lack of care or understanding for any living creatures. Humans sadly aren't treated much better either in vast parts of Asia, where human rights become zero rights. But the world is waking to the vile acts against humanity in places like China and many other parts of the world, but now is the time to take action and to show the compassion and empathy that each of us were born with, well, most of us. A world swayed by terrorists and control freaks. How would a religious extremist view an alien being? Simple, they would want to kill it like any other brainwashed extremist would. Let's take the cowards known as the Islamic State, or ISIS, whose only ambition in life is to create havoc and suffering throughout the world. Terrorist groups like ISIS are trying to divide the world and wipe out anything that is different to them. Terrorist groups like this are also trying to remove evidence of the human race's history by destroying famous statues and artifacts which have been around for nearly as long as we have as a species. Some governments can be deemed as terrorists too by the way they control by fear and punishing anybody who goes against them. Aliens will never be accepted by any extremists and will be seen as a threat to their ridiculous idealistic views. The only way we can move forward as one is to remove these types of individuals and unite as one in the remove. Those who want to control and dictate are only helping to divide the world and not to unite us all. Whether it's the terrorist making threats over YouTube or a government trying to promote fear and hate between us all, the ETs will see that are a very nervy controlled species, which perhaps concerns them about the type of knee-jerk reaction they could receive when they announce their existence to the world. Mankind's destruction of planet Earth. Planet Earth is being drained off its natural resources daily, from draining the oil from the grounds beneath us, to cutting down the trees in the Amazon rainforest. We as a species are destroying the planet that very much keeps us alive. We are making other fellow species that walk this planet with us, some swim, extinct, and placing their existence into our history books for the children of the future.